Hey guys, Grant here, welcome to your Monday motivation. Now I know what you're thinking, doing nothing, how is that meant to move me forward? We live in a world that tells us we've got to be grinding 24/7, hustle culture, no days off, sleep when you're dead. But what if I told you that the moments that stop, the pauses, the stillness, are the moments where real growth happens? Today we're diving into something a bit different, not the roar of motivation, but the whisper of it. Let's talk about the power of stillness, how slowing down can really speed you up. Imagine a lake perfectly clear, calm, still, and then the wind blows and the waves crash and the mud at the bottom gets all stirred up. You can't see anything beneath the surface. But when the water settles, clarity returns. That's your mind. Every day we've got thousands of things flying at us, notifications, work, deadlines, pressure, people's opinions. And we think we just move faster, we'll get ahead. But all we do is stir up more mud, more noise. Stillness isn't laziness, it's clarity. When you allow the mud to settle, you start to see what really matters. And here's the hard truth. Most people don't rest, they escape. Scrolling social media isn't stillness, it's distraction. Binging Netflix isn't rest. Stillness is intentional. It's sitting with your own thoughts long enough to notice what's actually going on inside your head. Pausing before reacting, saying, hang on, what do I really need right now? Because when you're constantly running, you never notice that you're heading in the wrong direction. Here's a big one. Motion looks like progress. You're busy, you're active, you're ticking boxes. Momentum is progress. Directed, purposeful. Stillness helps you find the difference. You can run flat out on a treadmill for hours and go nowhere, but one step in the right direction after a moment of stillness can change everything. You don't need more movement, you need more meaning. There's an old story I've said many times before about two lumberjacks. Both start chopping trees at sunrise. One never stops, he swings his axe all day. The other pauses every single hour, sits down for 10 minutes. At the end of the day, the one who took the breaks had chopped twice as many trees. The first guy couldn't believe it. How, I saw you sitting down every hour. The other smiled and said, aye, but every time I sat down, I was sharpening my axe. Stillness is you sharpening your axe. When you pause to reflect, to breathe, to think, you're not wasting time, you're preparing for precision. We fear silence, we fill every gap with noise. But in music, what makes the melody isn't the notes, it's the space between them, the pauses that gives it meaning. The same goes for your life. If you never stop, you never get to appreciate what you've built. Stillness isn't about doing less, it's about doing it with awareness. Here's what I want you to try this week. A 5-minute reset. Every morning before you check your phone, just sit, breathe, and let your thoughts arrive and drift. A silent commute. If you drive or walk somewhere, no music, no podcasts, just listen to your surroundings. Mindful moments. Before reacting to stress or a decision, pause and ask what's really needed. Write down 3 moments you remember from your day, not achievements, moments. These aren't spiritual rituals, they're mental sharpening sessions. And don't forget, this week people will try and pull you in every direction. Work, family, friends, social media, constant noise, more. Don't run faster. Just focus on sign. When you feel overwhelmed, remember the lake. Mud only settles when you stop stirring it. So here's your challenge for this week. Find one moment every day to do nothing on purpose. No phone, no plan, no goal. Just be. Because sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause. And when you do, clarity, creativity and calm start to flow again. Remember, hypnosis, it's not what you think, it's what you think. Stay calm, stay focused, and I'll see you next Monday.